What is going on, everybody? This is your girl Mahalia from Tumal Hill and Mahalia's Corner, and we are about to do the very first screening of a new amazing show called #Tailored, and we are gonna sit down and lime and chat with the brain and the style behind the show, none other than Rhaj Paul. So we can just ask him a few questions. We can get to know what's going on. Hail at the people there, Rhaj.
Yo, family. First of all, let me say thanks for coming through. I appreciate it so much because it was a big one out there, fam. So it means something to me for sure. People of Barbados and around the world who logging on and checking out what we got from the 246. Welcome. Let's get it. Let me tell you what's up, B. It's gonna be dope. Hey guys, I'm Rhaj Paul, tailor designer out of Barbados, and you're watching #Tailored. Tailoring design style.
Have been following you for some time, including myself. I had one or two of your pieces. I was like praying for a female line, but you know. Anyway, so it's really good to see you, and it's good to see that you're doing something like this after all this time. You finally have your show. So first off, tell the people a little bit about how you came up with the idea for the show.
So first up, the show is really all about fashion design and style. You know, that's really my lane right there. So there's a heavy focus really on makers. You know, people who bring the ideas to life with their themselves. Recently, I've been in recent times, I'd say probably in the past 2 years or so, 3 years, I've been really referring to myself as a tailor designer. And that was really as a effort to bring the tailoring aspect, not just the design, but the tailoring aspect for it, the making aspect for it. So I wanted to create a platform, man, where I could, showcase the makers, the shapers, influencers, innovators, big homegrown talent from this little island. So I'm hoping that the viewers, enjoy it. I hope it validates our status as, quality creative. And the people really just sort of get to appreciate what we have in the creative space, that is of an international standard, and that we all could like join in and benefit from it. Like we might be tiny B, but the talent is so deep and so heavy and so strong, and it belongs on the world stage. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully this is a platform that could do that. That's really like the concept, the impetus behind it.
That is amazing, and that is 100% true. Art needs a platform, creativity needs a platform, and big at you and your team and your crew for coming up with the idea for this show.
Hey guys, I'm Rhaj Paul, tailor designer out of Barbados. Today is a very special day because for episode 1, we're visiting my favorite guy, one of my best friends in the world. Tailor's tailor, designer's designer, one of the rude boy tailors out of Barbados. You know who I mean, we're talking about Rojo. Get ready, pack it up, pack it in, let's head over and check him out. So Ro, like back in the day, right? Like before I even got into fashion, when I say got into fashion, making my own fashion, the thing is that I used to love skateboarding so much. And I mean so much. Every day home from school, every weekend out, skating all over Barbados, man, with friends. And one of the things about skateboarding is how much style was in it. I always said fashion per se, but definitely like skateboarders had their own style. And that wide leg beat at that time was everything. Cut off at the bottom, wide and flailing, you know what I mean? So
bottom fuzz out.
You know what I mean? Fuzz out, and it big, you know what I mean? Like you got room, right? But at the same time, it was such a cool aesthetic.
it was like, yo, B, that's the business right there. But you know, I just could not go anywhere and buy that. I don't think I had any kind of idea about like how would I go about even doing this. You know, where would I start? You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like if we knew people who was doing it in Barbados. It's not like there were brands selling like that on that casual level, like that. You know what I mean? That you could go and learn from or anything. It was just like, I don't know, but it's something that would be cool to do. I saw John wearing these green white leg jeans. And I was like, yo, B, like, where'd you get those? He said, man, the tailor made these, man. So he was like, nah, man, this guy, roll in. Is who you gonna see. I reach out to you, give me a number, I reach out to you, and next thing you know, we met up in Queens Park with our big duffel bag of dope stuff that you had, man.
I remember your first task was to make a plaid waistcoat.
Yeah. One of the big ones, like the denim.
I think it was red.
Yeah,
and black.
Red, black, and off-white.
Right, I remember clearly. And when you came back to me, the lines was everything to line up. Everything line up.
Yeah.
I said you got the talent, you got the skill. Rhaj, you grow from strength to strength, boy.
Yeah, boy.
You become, listen, I admire you, boy.
Well, I appreciate that, man.
This thing called a stitch count. That people don't know. People make clothes, but they don't know about the stitch count. When you're gonna make a jeans, it might be at least about 6 stitches per inch. But if you're going to make something more nice and dressy,
delicate,
it might be 10 stitches per inch.
Shorter stitches.
They call it
the
stitch count.
Stitch
and a lot of people don't know that.
Agreed. That stitch count itself has a way of either communicating authenticity or not. You know what I mean? Like if you see it, if it's right, it's like, I don't know why that's so good, but it is. When it's wrong, it's obvious. It's like, what's so white? Like, why's that? Or that's so tight. Like, why's that so tight on jeans? Why's that so white on a shirt? Yeah. So you might not know when it's right. You might not know what it is that's making you feel like.
I studied this thing real hard for years.
But you didn't study this thing formally. You didn't like go to school for this. No, you didn't go to college for this. You didn't go to FIT. Like, but when you say you study it, you just mean like you put so much attention and focus on good stuff that was happening. You say like, how can I mirror this or surpass this?
Right.
Yeah.
Because mine's supposed to look if they come from Italy.
Yeah. Or
any part of the world.
Nobody's
where
supposed
the standards
to be like,
are so high.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nobody's supposed to say that I made that.
Right.
That get met. That's the word I use. That get met. I didn't know come about. Listen, I remember moving from Wharton to Lodge Road. And when this girl saw me, she said, a dresser no move up here.
Oh, snap. So fam, we just got Rojo trimmed up. He's cleaned up, he's sharpening up. We're about to go get some gear on. I'm gonna do the same thing, and we're gonna go meet up with him and have a proper chat now. So let's get it.
So just let me know, let the people know like what we expect, what we're gonna see on #Taylor.
Right, cool. All right, well, I get a great opportunity to do something that I'm accustomed to doing in private. That is to say, having these conversations with creatives who are putting out such excellent work and you know, having that kind of rapport and so on. And you know, I get the opportunity here to bring those types of conversations to a public forum. So you could expect to see like the talent from artisans in suit making, swimwear, you know what I'm saying, streetwear. You know, we get to look at and hear from them what are the details or what are the factors that make these things so highly desirable. You know, we talk about issues that we face in bringing our gear to market, you know, the various types of issues, and we touch on some of them. You know, we chat about matters of perception and prejudice as fashion operatives, you know. We even include a whole episode even alterations which you can use right away. So you might be into tailoring, or you might not be. If you were like me when I first started out, there might just be a sewing machine in your house, but you don't know anything about it. You know what I'm saying? But you want to taper your jeans or something. You know what I'm saying? And you could use this as a reference to get you started and on the right track. So yeah, I would say these are some of the things that you can expect to gain from this episode. Some people are well known. Some people are well known. Some people are lesser known, man. And it really a showcase for them, and hopefully an inspiration for everybody checking it out.
So Rojo, tell me about your origins in tailoring. How did you get into it? What was your genesis for that?
I figure it was my love for dressing up.
Mm-hmm.
My mother used to make clothes, but I never studied what my mother was doing or anything so, because she used to make, if we go into a fair, she would make me and my brothers shirt to match different things, but I never really thought that I would become a designer. I used to paint cars. That was my first trade.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
As good as they could make clothes, they could have painted a car.
Wow. Okay.
But going to school, they had a bag called a Lee Cooper bag.
Yeah.
Well, back then, if my mother couldn't afford it, I make it.
I see.
Just as good as the Lee Cooper.
Right.
So going to school, everybody want me to make a Lee Cooper bag. That type brand bag. After I finished school, I used to surf. I remember a guy had a pair of shorts, and I asked him where he get them from. He said he make them. I said, but I can make a better pair of shorts than that.
Ro, one of the things that I think you're best known for is how clean your work is. What type of qualities distinguish your work from other people's work? I can stop you right now as you're thinking that thought. Do you remember one time telling me, man, that you had made a pair of pants and somebody had turned it inside out and was like, yeah, I could wear this pants inside out because of how beautiful the inside of it was?
Well, really and truly, that's why I tell you earlier, Clark, about stitching straight stitching.
Yeah.
Stitching is important. Every detail in the clothes, in the fabric, must count. Now, there's so many times I make saying like a waistcoat for a guy. He come to pick it up, I said try it on, and he tried it on the wrong side and thought it was the right side. It's that cleanness that you want.
I think that does distinguish your work from a lot of people, because
exactly.
It is what really, it's part of what stood out to me. The accuracy and excellence in the craftsmanship stood out to me, but also just the super cleanness about it all, really.
It's about the cleanness.
Yeah.
As I say, if you can sew something, it might not be the best fit, but let's say that you saw something and had it selling at the airport. A person passed through the airport and see this item.
Yeah.
It's so well done, they want to buy it.
Yeah.
But when they buy it and carry it home, it's only realize it's not a good fit. But you see, as it tell the cleanness, the finish, and the hanger appeals will trap them.
I see. Bro, this is a slightly, controversial question, but I feel it's important, I feel it's relevant. So Rojo, you're a heterosexual male in fashion design, and sometimes there's some stigma attached to being a male in design, in fashion. How have you handled those challenges?
To be honest with you, I don't mind stigma, because whether or not people will say something about you because you dress too nice. Now, I remember going to do a show in Jamaica, but Carlton Brown was taking me to a fabric store. I remember two ladies sitting down by the fabric store selling fruits. While I crossing the road, my hair was honey blonde. I had on nice pointy tip boots and tight pants and everything. Big collar, big cuff. But you know what they say in Jamaica, that. So while crossing the road, I see this woman pointing at me, so I said, oh dear, I know what she's thinking about me. So when I crossed, I said, excuse me, I'm a fashion designer from Barbados. She said, boy, me not get who you are. But one thing me could say, you dress nice. Now when she said, boy, me not get who you are,
Yeah, you thought it was going.
I tell myself it's going the wrong way.
Yeah,
boy.
it's going wrong. It's going
It's going wrong,
yeah,
boy.
Yeah.
But she said, but one thing me could say, you dress nice. Now, here in Barbados, everybody thought I was gay for some reason because of my style. I wasn't gay and I never be gay. I have no problem with gay people. No problem. But I know I like fine things. Now there's so many rude boys I teach to dress. Teach them. I say you gotta wear this big baggy foolish thing you wearing look bad upon you. Man, and not telling me, you know, I learned from you. And you know I will never ever wear a big pants again.
So I get the opportunity to sit down with some very, very cool people. Should I even call some names? I probably should.
You can export. You want to leave it. You want to leave a little bit for the people to like, be surprised with.
Jordan up in there crying me. No, I'm not gonna say that. My production manager's looking at me like, no.
All right, so we gonna keep it on the wraps and know that they got a lot in store.
Got to join on. You have to log on and watch the episode.
So yeah, tell the people how to log on and get the information quick.
Alright, well the quickest way that you could do that is you could jump on to our IG or our Facebook. It's called Get Tailored, GETTLRD. And there's a link in there so it says like where to watch. There's some other information that's coming out soon. So that will happen within the next 24 hours. You'll see that. But I think the best thing is go straight to our links and log on right there. Join us so that we can see our numbers building as well. And then you'll see everything that you need to know about it right there.
Awesome. But one more question for you, Rhaj.
Yeah.
Like I said, a lot of us have been following you for years now and seeing the amazing work that you do. And we want to know why #Tailored is happening right now.
Okay, I got you. Well, the truth is, it has been time. I've been in this game here for like 20 years. It's hard to even believe that here, but what we say, taking time and wasting time. You know what I'm saying? So I had to, take my time to develop as an individual, as confident as a person. And being on TV or being on a public scene is a whole different thing from working in my studio and making cool gear. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a whole different element. So I feel like I had to take the time to build myself up a certain kind of way. And with the opportunity sort of opening up because of the COVID relief fund, I was able to latch onto that and create bring something out. It didn't have to be a show. It could have been anything in fashion. But I felt like, now is the time for me to diversify a little bit and put myself out there in a larger way. I remember I was doing interviews with other people, meaning on their shows. And somebody said, Rhaj, we're tired of seeing you like on people's shows. Like, when you got your own, right? That was like 3 years ago, and I still wasn't ready yet. So when this came around this time, I was like, you know what? I talked to Therese from Therese.business, who's handling who's on the production management, and she said, what would you want to do, man? I said, man, it's time to do a show, to come on TV or come on web and create something, you know what I'm saying, that will work for a lot of people. So we conceptualized, we put the things together, got it, what the takeaways we want it to be, the inspiration, we want people to feel from it, and we just, the timing feels like now is a great time, you know what I mean? I do want to take this opportunity, if I can, to thank a few people because I gotta give big respect to the NCF. You know what I'm saying? It was the Prime Minister's office, John King, that told me, yo, baby, you better check this out, fam. This is right up your alley. You know what I mean? Make this happen. So I was like, yeah. And once we made the contact, it was like, all right, fam, this is what you need to do. Boom, boom, boom. So I wanted to shout out the NCF and Ministry of Style Creative Alliance, really and truly, for producing the show. And after that, I want to shout out to Business on production management. It's just been brilliant. A lot of learning curve for me though, but it was brilliant. Rivant Consultancy, who's handling the marketing and also the media support. Juju Wanderer, if you don't know Juju, get familiar, right? Handle all the visuals, handle all the editing, just like super good. And my boy Eliseus Joseph, if you don't know him, master music producer guy. So he handled the music scape for the show. He handled the original Thugger beat that you hear for the show. And I got to shout out obviously all the musicians, all the artists, all the supporters who jump on, been sharing, giving it energy, giving it vibes, giving it expertise, make this thing pop.
The way that I understand it is that you didn't do any formal training. You didn't go to school. You didn't go to fashion college. You didn't train as a tailor. How'd you get your skills? I mean, like, what did you do to really develop your skills as a tailor? I mean, you didn't just get on the sewing machine and it started to happen by itself. I mean, like, you know, what was your entry point to it? Like, okay, I'm gonna try and make this.
Well, as I would say, I didn't go anywhere to learn, but God played a great part in my life. I didn't learn very well at school because, as I tell you, I didn't like school due to a certain reason. But God is so good, He gave me a talents, because my talent is not making clothes or painting cars. My talent is talent. I can do what I choose to do.
Creative person.
Just like that.
Creativity.
And do it just as good as anything else.
Excellent.
And my talent is talent, not making clothes.
See.
But I just does it well.
So hand-eye and aesthetic
Exactly.
that's sort of unique.
Yeah.
Okay. Modeling. I noticed that you had some older photographs of yourself modeling. I was wondering if did you do any modeling for anyone before that, or did you just go straight into just wearing your own clothes and taking those photographs and modeling them yourself? You know, you did your own thing.
I went for modeling interview. I get called to model, but I didn't like what I saw, so I said I ain't coming.
So you just strictly dealt with your own things. You would wear your own clothes, have pictures taken, so you model
exactly
your own
that.
stuff.
I
model for yourself.
Pictures, right. Marketing myself.
Right.
Because you didn't have the money to, let's say, pay newspaper ads or TV ads or radio ads. So what you do, I go to town, dress very nice. Sometimes people see me in a shirt and say, well, I like that shirt. I say, well, if you like it, you can have it. Some people follow me home and buy the shirt I have on. I say, well, I gotta wash it. You say, no, I'm not washing. I can wash it. They just want the shirt. And that happened up to recently. A couple guys wanted the shirt that I was wearing. I remember I was in Austin. I make a t-shirt and a white man say, I love your t-shirt. Where you get it? I say, I made it. But it will be yours for the right price. I come home bareback. I ride home bareback. Everything I wear, I don't know what it's about me. I think that God made me and molded me in a special way. I don't want to speak unless I mention God, because it's because of God that I'm here anyway. I didn't make myself either. And as good as I could make clothes, it's as good as how God made me.
I got you, Taylor God.
Taylor God.
So everybody, once again, we screening the first ever episode of Rhaj Paul's hashtag Tailored series. You definitely need to check it out. Rhaj, it's been amazing talking with you. Let the people know for the last, all the information they need to know, where to watch, what the hashtags are, what, anything that you need to say, your last shout outs.
Sure. Alright, so I'll reiterate again. Definitely, please go ahead and log right on. If you're on Instagram, get on Get Tailored. It is abbreviation, so it's GETTLRD. Tailored. Get Tailored. On there is a link. It says there's a tab. It says where to watch. So you could just click on that, and then you see like where we're going to be shown. We're going to be a couple places, CBC and Try to 10 and all the platforms. I also want you to jump onto Facebook. If you're not on IG, same Get Tailored, GET-TLRD. There are some links there as well. And there is our website, of course, www.gettlrd.com. You can see what's happening over there as well. And we have our YouTube as well. So it's going to be, jump on there. It's a bunch of places for you to go. It is GET-TLRD on YouTube. And you see what's cracking.
You hear all the information right here, ladies and gentlemen. That's Raj Paul. Big up yourself every time, Raj. I wish you every success for you and the series. Ladies and gentlemen, #Tailored.
Guys, thanks for being with us today. That was episode number 1 of #Tailored. You met my guy, you met Rojo, my mentor, my inspiration. Thank you for being with us. Look out for number 2 episode coming to you soon. #Tailored. See ya.